The beautiful girl that sat next to me on the bullet train was a classmate that didn't like me from university. She also happened to be in the Madonna at our school. It turns out that we were heading to the same location and were even staying in the same hotel. Apparently, it wasn't a coincidence at all, though. She intentionally followed after me to be around me. After that, she continued to flirt aggressively with me. I ran into with my beautiful classmate who didn't like me when we were younger during a solo trip. For some reason, she followed me, and I found out that she was actually stalking me. When I was 23 years old, I quit the startup company I was working at. It was a dream job, but I was way too much work for me. So I was at a limit both mentally and physically. Luckily, I was able to find my next job pretty quickly, but I had a small period of time where I didn't have anything to do, so I decided to go on a solo trip like I always wanted to. The bullet train that I had bought the tickets for got to the station, so I got inside and a woman started talking to me.
Ichi-kun.
Huh? Yomiko?
Yeah, it's me. I guess you're on vacation or something?
Oh yeah, what about you, Yomiko?
I'm on vacation too. Where are you sitting, Ichi-kun?
Oh, hey, right next to you, apparently. The girl that started talking to me was the college Madonna, Yomiko. I hadn't met her in a long time, but she was just as stunning as I remembered. I was kind of at a loss for words. I admired Yomiko when we were in college, too. But there were some complicated feelings, too. At the time, I thought that Yomiko didn't like me very much, or at least that's what I took of it. For me, it wasn't exactly a happy memory.
I'm so glad that you're next to me, Ichi-kun.
Really? Are you all alone, Yomiko?
Yeah, I am.
I see, me too. Where are you gonna be headed? Blue Pot Springs.
Huh? No way. I'm going to Blue Pot Springs too. Oh, really? Well then, would you want to go sightseeing and stuff with me when we get there?
Huh? Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, if you're up for it anyway.
I thought she didn't like me, so I was surprised that she invited me to go out with her on our trip. But honestly, I was more happy than anything and agreed to go sightseeing with her. I thought it would be awkward until we got there, but it wasn't awkward at all. We talked about where we wanted to go once we got there and what kind of stuff we were interested in. We never stopped talking for the whole time. We actually had more similar interests than I thought, and I was getting carried away. We had a great time sightseeing, but the time flew by in the blink of an eye. It was time to head back to our hotel. Man, it's already this late, huh? I'm at Blork Hotel. Where are you staying, Yomiko?
Huh? No way. I'm staying at Blork Hotel too.
We're in the same hotel, too? Really? What a coincidence, huh?
Right? Okay, well, let's get going to the hotel together, huh?
Yeah, let's go. She gave me a small grin as we started heading toward the hotel. I didn't expect us to have the same hotel as well, so I thought that my prayers were being answered. Once we got to the hotel, both of us checked in and we were both led to our rooms when... Huh? The room next door?
I mean, would you want to go to the baths together then? I rented out the hot springs for my stay, so...
Huh?
You don't have to freak out so much. I'm just joking around.
Yeah! Oh, come on, don't mess with me like that!
I mean, we're right next door, so why don't we just drink a little bit? I brought some drinks.
Uh-huh, are you sure?
Yeah. Once we put our stuff away and go to take a bath, let's meet in my room.
I can't believe that she's right next door to me. I didn't realize that she was the type of person to say this sort of thing, so I was completely shocked. I couldn't be all smooth when responding, but that wasn't a mean joke at all. If only I could actually... I was incredibly nervous that I was about to go into Yomiko's hotel room to have drinks with her. At first I was nervous, so I had no problems drinking. But then, after a little while, Yomiko's hand slipped and spilled her drink all over her clothes. Are you okay?
Hey, can you wipe me off, Ichi-kun?
Huh?
The drink is so sticky and I don't like it. Can you please wipe it off my body for me?
She took my hand and moved it toward her boobs with one smooth motion. Sorry, Yomiko, I'm just gonna go and run and get a towel for you real quick.
Oh, come on. You don't have to run away that much.
It's not about running away or anything, it's just that, well, I just don't have anything to wipe you off with.
It's totally fine, you know?
She gave me a devilish grin. What is she saying? Am I getting the green light to fill up on Yomiko's marshmallows? I was trying to figure out what she was thinking and slightly putting up a fight when Yomiko kinda suddenly fell over because she was drunk. I'm gonna go back to my room now. Good night. I thought that this was my chance to get out, so I took off running back to my room after saying goodnight. The next day, she seemed to have completely forgotten about what happened the night before. I felt like the sight of Yomiko that I saw that night was very special to me. I actually kind of felt happy after thinking about that. We went back together, too, to make time fly by once again.
Ichi-kun, if you'd like, here, take this.
Huh?
It's my contact information.
Huh? Are you okay with giving me that? Yomiko gave me her contact info before we split up at the train station. Wait, does this mean that she doesn't hate me anymore? I was kinda hoping that she liked me now. And almost as if to confirm my hopes, she was texting me so frequently. A little while after, something strange started happening. I headed to a nearby park on my day off when...
Ichi-kun,
Huh? Yomiko?
are you on a walk?
Yeah, my house is right around the corner, so I like to take small walks here to blow off some steam, you know?
I see. My house is around here too.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. Would you like to just hang out at the park with me then? I'll go grab some drinks for us.
Thanks. I happened to run into Yomiko out of the blue. I was surprised, but man, I was really happy. I had received texts from her often, but meeting her in person and talking to her, I could feel myself falling deeper for her every second. On yet another day off... Huh? Is that Yomiko? Yomiko!
Ichi-kun.
Are you shopping around here right now?
Yeah, I am. What about you, Ichi-kun?
I live right across the street from here in those apartments. I was actually planning on heading back right now.
Oh, really? Where were you headed? I was actually gonna go towards the train station after I finished grocery shopping.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna go to the station too, so let's go together then?
Yeah, let's!
It was about 6 months since I'd reunited with her, but the frequency in which I would run into her just kept on increasing. We almost never met with each other before, but now we're almost constantly running into each other. Is this normal? Or maybe I'd been around her this whole time and neither of us just noticed, really. I was starting to get curious as to how we kept on running into each other, and on the way home, I ran into Yomiko, again coincidentally, at the supermarket.
Ichi-kun,
Yomiko!
are you on your way home now?
Hey, Yomiko, don't you think that we're, kind of running into each other a little bit too frequently?
Huh?
I'm just saying it's kind of a first for me to be running into someone so coincidentally time and time again like this.
There's something I actually wanted to talk to you about with regards to that. Did you already finish eating, Ichi-kun?
Nah, I was gonna eat soon.
Okay, well, do you want to come over and eat at my house tonight then?
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I was a little confused because there were just too many coincidences. I decided to ask her about it because I figured that she must be kind of confused too. But for some reason, she invited me out to dinner. I was nervous, but the two of us headed to Yomiko's house together. Her house really was near my house. Excuse me.
Come on in.
Yomiko's house was cute just like I'd imagined it. Her rooms were all very beautiful and clean. I was nervous as I took a seat. Yomiko plopped herself right down next to me and began talking.
Ichi-kun, am I?
Huh? What is it?
Well, it's not a coincidence that I run into you so frequently.
Huh?
Well, I mean, I do meet you coincidentally sometimes, but This is not completely coincidence at all either.
Huh? Can you explain what you mean?
Well, I actually moved here and immediately saw you at the station nearby.
Huh? Oh wait, not when we were on our trip before?
Yeah, I think it was probably right around the time we found jobs. I wasn't able to say something to you back then,
I see.
but I just couldn't help but get curious about you, and I was looking for you at the train station.
Huh? Why were you looking for me? I was surprised to hear that Yomiko was trying to find me. I thought you didn't like me, but why would you want to see me? There were a lot of questions buzzing around my head, but I decided the best thing to do was to listen to what she had to say, since she had worked up the courage to tell me.
I was waiting for the perfect time to say something to you, but then I ended up kind of following you to your house, and then I learned about the flower shop across the street. And sometimes I'd follow you to the shop.
I see. Then we'd met several times before we ever even met on our trip, huh?
Yeah, I thought that unless I worked up the courage, I would never be able to talk to you. I went to a class reunion before with some classmates from Uni, and they told me that you were going to go on a solo trip. Aokun was the one that told me.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm so sorry for doing all this without telling you. I was the one that basically forced my way into getting similar reservations as you, so...
I'm not mad at all, it's totally fine. I didn't tell him not to tell anyone about my trip either. But I thought that you disliked me since we were all students in college. Right?
Huh? Huh?
I mean, when Ao and I were together, you never actually looked at me. I would talk to you, and you would barely ever say anything back to me.
No, you're wrong. I always liked you, Ichikun.
Huh?
I was so nervous. I'd gone to all-girls school up until college, so I didn't know what I was supposed to do when I found someone that I liked.
No way. I thought that she disliked me this whole time, but she has liked me the whole time instead?
I liked you for so long, and I couldn't forget about you. And before I knew it, I was following you around. I thought this time I would say something. I had Aokun help me out. I told him how I felt about you.
I see.
I'm sorry. I know it seems like I was just stalking you or something. You must be disgusted by me, huh?
Not at all. I like you too, Yomiko. Why would I be grossed out?
Huh?
I've always liked you from when we were in college, too.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, really. So I want to get along with you, okay? I figured that this coincidence was destiny, too.
I'm so happy.
If you didn't try to get closer to me, I think I would have tried to make the mistake of thinking that you didn't like me for the rest of my life. Thank you for working up the courage to do what you did.
Ichikun, I love you.
I love you too. I gave my first kiss to Yomiko. And that's how we started dating. After a long period of misunderstandings, at first, it was all a coincidence. But after that, we kept on going on dates when we both had days off. After we started going on dates, I was surprised by how sweet Yomiko is. She had always chosen the couple seat during the movies. As soon as the movie started, she said,
Ichikun, can I hold your hand?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get closer to you?
Huh? I mean, sure. Yomiko's head was now on my shoulder. She smelled so good that I was somehow even more nervous than before. I don't really remember anything from the movie itself. Before I knew it, it was the end roll already. However, Yomiko seemed like she was enjoying herself, so that meant that I was enjoying myself too. Yet another day, I went over to Yomiko's house and...
Welcome home!
Hey, Once I got home, she would immediately welcome me home with a huge smile. And she also gave me a big hug, so I wasn't used to it yet. It was a little bit awkward still.
I missed you so much, Ichikun. I worked so hard knowing that I would be able to see you at the end of the day.
Right, thank you. That's so nice to hear. Yumiko's love language was very straightforward both physically and mentally. I heard that she lived overseas a little while back, so I did guess that she had something to do with it. At first, I wasn't used to it, so I didn't know how to deal with it. But slowly, the happiness started to overtake the anxiousness. And I just started to accept it all. Yet another night.
Ichi-kun, are you asleep?
Huh? No, I'm awake.
Hey, can you give me a hug?
Yeah, of course. I could feel Yomiko's soft marshmallows on my body. I was at full attention downstairs, and I couldn't hold back anymore. I pushed her onto the bed.
Ichi-kun.
I'm sorry.
Oh!
I was about to lose my cool after seeing Yomiko's seductive face. But I decided to take good care of her, so I kept back and kept it in my pants. This kind of amazing life continued for a while, before I suddenly couldn't get in touch with Yomiko. 3 days went by and no contact at all. I was thinking about going to the police's house when we were heading home. I noticed that someone was standing in front of my house. Huh? Yomiko?
Ichi-kun, I'm so glad I found you.
A very expensive blacked-out car was pulled up right next to us. The windows rolled down and an older man started talking to us. Good morning. You must be Ichi, right? Huh? Oh, yeah.
Dad?
Dad?
Yomiko, there's something I need to talk to you two about. Get in the car.
I had a very bad feeling about this, but I got into the car with the man that was apparently Yomiko's dad. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm currently dating Yomiko.
I don't need the greetings. I need you to break up with Yomiko and never show up around her again.
What the heck, Dad?
Huh?
Yomiko is going to be going to a matchmaking session soon.
I told you, I'm not going.
Why is she going to a matchmaking session?
Because she's my only daughter, and she will be inheriting the family business. In order to do that, she must marry one of my elite employees. Capiche?
But I don't want to break up with her. I finally got over the long-time misunderstanding with her, and I'm finally finding happiness with her. Is there any way that you would be alright with us dating?
We don't need permission if I leave the house.
Yomiko, you shouldn't do that. You respect your parents and you love them to death, right? I want to make you happy, Yomiko.
Would you like to come and work for us then?
Huh?
If you come to work with us and prove that you're good, then I'll let it slide. Otherwise, until I accept you as an employee, I'm not going to let you marry her.
You can't do that. You can ignore him, Ichi. Don't worry.
What do you say? I would rather someone who already works for me than someone young blood like you.
No. Yomiko's the only person for me, okay? Please let me work for you.
Ichi-kun.
I couldn't think about breaking up with Yomiko. It wasn't an option. Yomiko's father seemed a little surprised when I answered him with a serious face. Afterwards, I immediately joined her father's company, and I wasn't able to meet Yomiko much as I was able to see Yomiko working in the office. It was actually really nice. That was my one motivation to push forward. One day, I came to the desk and...
Great work as usual. Don't push yourself, okay?
There was a small memo and a coffee on my desk. I couldn't meet her and talk to her, but I could tell that both of us were still madly in love with each other. To add to that, apparently the new job was perfectly suited to my qualifications, because work became more and more fun. 2 years went by and I even got employees to work for me. I started to get more projects assigned to me and the CEO called me up to his office. In the room was Yomiko and her father.
How was work, son?
I'm enjoying myself. I'm so glad that I've joined your company, sir.
Ichi-kun.
Right, you really are a straight arrow, aren't you? There's still a lot of stuff that you need to learn with regards to work, but you've got good spunk. And I like that you take care of people. I can tell that you're honest and full of integrity, so I'll allow you to date Yomiko.
Dad!
Thank you so much, sir. Both of us looked at each other and didn't care that we were in front of her dad. We hugged each other and jumped in joy. After he said he was okay with us dating, he started training me to take after the company. It was a huge pain, but there was a lot that I could learn and I respected about him. So I was happy to have experienced that. As for Yomiko and I, we started living together with marriage in mind. Even after I got tired and came home, Yomiko always welcomed me at the door. My life was perfect. Tomorrow we're gonna be having our wedding with both of our families there at the wedding. I'm so glad that I didn't give up. I'm gonna make her happy for the rest of my life.